Let's talk about Margot and Maggie, her mama, who had two colic surgeries prior to her birth, one of them being only 20 hours before her birth, which was natural. And her mama, Maggie, is just going through it. And so I need to talk through some things that are going through my head that I've been talking with my vets about, and just kind of keep y'all in the loop on our tentative plan for Maggie. Now, first and foremost, I want to just let y'all know that she is doing better. You know, a couple of days ago, we found out that she had inflammation of the lamina starting. So that's like the very beginnings of laminitis. And we caught it so fast. She is so much more comfortable. I've been icing her feet daily. Her fever has been down. She, obviously we found that she was infected in her tummy a couple of days ago from her 2 incisions, which was very much expected. Like, my vet was like, it was pretty much inevitable that she was going to get an infection. And so we just had to keep an eye on it. So as of today, she had no fever today. She's been very comfortable on her feet, very hungry. Oh, hello. How are you? She was literally yelling at me when I came in to feed her just now. So, things are looking good in some ways, but we're also trying to be super realistic about what the long-term recovery looks like for Maggie. And it's been a very difficult road of trying to weigh out what's best for Maggie, what's best for Margot, and are those things the same thing? And if they're not, how do we achieve both of those things, So best thing for Maggie, because she has the starting of laminitis, she needs to have some hand walks. But because of her incision and because of trying to recover there and the infection, she needs very little moving around, right? We're trying to keep that at bay. So she already has some things that are contradicting within her own recovery, but essentially she can't just go out to the pasture, and she's not going to be able to go out to the pasture for a long time, right? So best thing for her is to gain weight, be able to have very limited turnout in a very safe environment. So probably more like hand walking. And it would be best for her not to have her incision headbutted like she's having right now. And her baby goes underneath her and pushes on her. And I see her wince and flinch every time that happens. So that would be best to not happen anymore. Not gonna lie. And then what's best for Margot, the baby, she needs to go outside all day long. She needs to be out with babies. She needs to be getting lots of milk, which Maggie is providing. Maggie is providing so much milk. But that contradicts what she needs, which is to gain weight. And we're trying, right? We're trying to help her out. But this baby, who's already a beefcake, is just taking everything, right? And without the belly band helps. There's a pad underneath it. It's so sad to look at her top line right now. She looks like a dairy cow. She is bones on top. And she's already a hard keeper. We went into this pregnancy having her as beefy as we've ever had her, knowing that she gets dragged down easily by her babies. And we were so confident that we had her beefed up prior. And then she had these 2 colic surgeries and just lost it all. And this is gonna hurt your feelings when I say this, because it's true. There's Maggie could just die at any moment right now. She's in critical care. If she colicked again, I would not put her through another surgery. Absolutely not. And make no mistake, she has improved and she's bright and she's eating and all those things, but I have no doubt in my mind that she's miserable right now, especially with this thing doing very normal baby activities, but on a mom who, imagine you just had a C-section, but then you pushed out another baby naturally 20 hours later, and then you're having this baby be a 1-year-old, and it's stomping on your incision, and you're also trying to breastfeed. Imagine. And so we're going to do a lot of evaluating this week with multiple different vets. I've been in talks with about 3 or 4 different ones this week, because we've now thought about potentially pulling Margot off of Maggie and using, hopefully, Gracie, my retired broodmare, who keeps weight phenomenally and is a super easygoing mama, as a nurse mare. And so yesterday we started a regimen of drugs to bring her into milk. It's probably going to take a week, if not a little bit more. So if Gracie can be brought into milk, and if we can successfully get Margot and Gracie to kind of link up, I truly believe that would be the best case scenario for them both. It would allow Maggie to heal. Like, she does that constantly. And then Maggie's just like ears back wincing. It's so sad to see. Like, best case scenario with getting a nursemaid on a baby is like as early as possible. We're already a little bit behind the 8 ball. And, you know, the longer we wait to try to get Gracie into milk, the longer, the harder it's going to be. And, you know, as cryptic as it is, if Maggie colicked again, or if her laminitis gets aggressively worse and we have to put her down, because that's what happens. Like, horses with laminitis, it could be maintained or they go downhill very fast. If she has to be put down, because I refuse to make her just suffer through this more than she already is, we need to be prepared. And we need to not be like a week away from having a mare, right? We need to have her ready. So best case scenario is Maggie rallies and she's able to go out in a couple weeks and she keeps her baby. Second best case scenario is we pull Margot, she and Gracie link up perfectly. Gracie takes over as mama and Maggie can, you know, just recover without having to take care of this leech on her, right? But we also have to be prepared for the worst case scenario, which is why we're already starting the drugs on Gracie. So I hate this situation. I hate it a lot. So that's where we're at. I am going to show you Gracie's udder because she's on, this is like the second day she's been on the medication. She's on domperidone right now. We're waiting on the like actual, you know, hormonal drugs. I think we had to order them and they'll be here like Tuesday. So I'll let you know details on that. So right now, all is well. But this baby can't stay in this stall for very long before it starts hindering her developmentally. She needs socialization. She needs movement constantly. And Maggie needs like the opposite of that. And it's just so unfortunate. And like, I've been crying off and on about this situation for like days. My gut tells me that Maggie is not going to survive if she is in this state and having to take care of the baby. And like, I just think it's too hard on her. And we love Maggie and we want to take care of Maggie just as much as we want to take care of this little baby. So let's look at Gracie. She's my 18-year-old mare who has had 3 babies with us. Her last one was last year. And here's the thing. She keeps weight so well. I don't think she looks 18 at all. She's been ridden daily for the last month and a half. And so she looks like the most fit she's looked in a long time. Like, this is her with like this much food. So let's look underneath here. Yeah, so she doesn't really have a whole lot going on with her udder. So we started the domperidone. Equidone is another name for it. And we're going to hopefully see something within the next few days. Some sort of, you know, progression in that udder. Oh, and last thing, a lot of you, I'm sure, are going to ask about what the stress would do to Maggie of taking her baby. So here's the thing. Maggie, while she allows the baby to nurse and allows the baby to hang out with her, there's not really a whole lot of maternal stuff going on. Like, whenever we take her out to get her shoes done, whenever we had the vet looking at her multiple times, whenever we're outside, she's not nickering the baby. If baby's upset, she's not really reacting. I personally believe her body is putting her through so much pain and discomfort that she's not really too worried about baby, you know? And so I think maybe there'd be a smidge of distress at first and we could possibly sedate or something like that. But I really believe it would be the least stressful option if she stays in this condition. So yeah, it sucks, like real bad. Like I'm mentally over having to make these hard decisions. But this little baby is perfect. Maggie is being amazing. Again, we're going to talk with vets this week, so stay tuned and let me know if you have any questions.